Hello there, Sagittarius. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Sagittarius for April of 2019. We're really moving along this year. Anyhow, for everybody that's new, I pull 4 cards for the month. We're going to use the bottom card on the deck kind of for the overall view of the month. We'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I advise you to look at your moon and rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month. The other thing is I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week for us. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall theme. Now, I am an empath, and because of that, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. All of us Sages get named Frankie for the time of this reading. I guess that's how it's going to work out. Anyhow, I have a short message for us, and it's that we should listen when others speak this month, and that is to allow them to have an honest opinion, listening to them, but become very flexible and adaptable. So if someone needs us for a particular situation, circumstance, something like that, perhaps we should try to be really fit in, with the game plan for whatever it is that they're doing. And it feels good. Other than that, it's just that listening, paying attention to people, whatever their issues are, and also for our own selves to be ready to adapt and be flexible to be of service. I think that's what the message means. It'll mean something different to all of us. Now, I'm a little hoarse, so you're going to have to tolerate it. I guess things are blooming early around here, and I seem to have woke up a couple days ago without a voice. Our words are good. Their efficiency, expectancy, and healing, which this Sag can use with the horse here, vision and relaxation, which I don't know how much we're going to relax looking at these cards down here, but there you go. What can I say? Our card on the bottom of the deck is the Death card, and I was like, oh boy, maybe that's why we got healing in here. This is not a negative card, not at all. It's actually, it's real positive. It's a transformation for us for the better. And look at the white rose here. That's a rose that means purity, spirit, love, intention, like pure love and clarity. And when you look at the Death card, the sun is coming up right behind him. So it's kind of amazing, even though it looks a little scary. It's when we're going through some type of a metamorphosis of some sort, not physical death, where it's like the destruction of the old um, outworn patterns or circumstances, anything that has been holding us back for where we want new development. Something gets regenerated at a really deep level when we get this Death card, and superficial changes just don't cut it. And we have a number in here, 2 cards that have the same number, which actually mean similar to us. It's a time of total change when we get it, and there's no doubt about it. Patterns that don't work for us any longer. We just kind of get rid of them to make room for anything that's new, that's coming in into our being, is what they want me to say. Now, we have the word expectancy here. We have healing and we have vision. So there's something in our lives or a circumstance in our lives that we're thinking about changing, and how is that going to better us? So it'll come down in a different area of each one of our lives. Some of us, this is going to be work related. Others, it may be relationship related. Others, maybe it could be that things are from uh, different from before. is what I want to say. So how are we going to regenerate it, recreate it, and make it new for us in some manner? So each one of us has a different vision. Each one of us has a different expectancy. What do we remove that'll make it more efficient? So is it in our love life we need an alteration or a change? Is it in our career? We want to go maybe for something fresh, new, pure, different from before. You know, yeah, it could be a lot, could be about career too, or maybe a health regime. For some of us, maybe there's something we want to up our game in or do something different that might be more beneficial for us for the future. Or it could be demise of friendships, relationships, things that we feel are holding us in place and keeping us from moving forward towards the things that we want or need to change. Maybe emotionally, usually this is inner transformation, so perhaps an emotional transformation like this is enough of this and I'm not going to have it anymore. Even with our original message of being flexible and adaptable, there's comes a point in time where maybe I don't want to be at, where something's got to change, something's got to give. If it's me, I'll change it. If it's not, perhaps we're going to walk away from it. Because our next card here is the Seven of Swords. And I thought, good grief. This is Seven of Swords shows up. It's a statement for caution in all of our dealings. They call this the card of the thief. He's supposedly have went in, right, into the camp in broad daylight, stole these 5 swords. So he's kind of like the white elephant in the middle of the living room, and he runs away with them. Everyone knows that he did it, but nobody says a word about it. So it suggests a roundabout, how do I want to put this? A roundabout action or an indirect communication is roundabout action or indirect communication. Nothing's quite what it seems to be when we pull the Seven of Swords, and you have to use your wit and your will to achieve our aims. So think about what's our vision, what do we expect, how is the easiest way to get to it. There's a warning when we have this card too, because remember he went in broad daylight, a warning to not be overconfident. We have the upper hand or the top spot in a situation right now, but if lack of proper prudence is what they're saying, can still do us in. Prudence, that's a word you don't hear very often anymore, but lack of proper prudence or maybe getting a little too full of ourselves would be the thing that would do us in. We have the upper hand right now in whatever situation, but we still have to exercise caution in handling all of our affairs. So we watch what's going on this month. It's a time when we can begin new attempts to overcome any previous failures, but we can't go at it like we're the bull in the china shop type of attitude. Discretion, determination, discrimination, as well as diplomacy is what I'm hearing, and evasive tactics are what's called for. That sounds kind of funny because we're Sag, we're straightforward as hell, so it sounds funny coming out like that. We might not like this kind of approach because it's not within our personality, but it's more likely to achieve success. And then we'll get good advice around it also. So if we're going to achieve success through going, what do I always tell you guys? I went in the back door once so that I could always come out or always walk in the front. So it's kind of a zip your lip, do the do whatever it takes kind of energy to fulfill the vision or change the circumstance that I want to change. All those kind of things go along with this card. So it's really an important card and it's really relevant because we have the death card here and then we have this. Now it can mean point blank someone stealing your property, your intellectual property, and it can be the white elephant in the middle of the living room that no one's speaking about, and perhaps that's part of our original message about letting others, voice their opinions, or other things like that. Here's the white elephant, let's get it out on the table kind of energy for this month, or who's doing what type energy, because these are really good cards here, believe it or not, and especially with our words. For what I'm looking at here, we have relaxation here. So once we decide what it is we're going to do, I'm going to say let it go, give it over, and give it up to source. Because here's our next card here is the star. And that is, look, wait a minute. Here I got my fingers over the top of it. You won't be able to see it. She's pouring or taking water from the earth or whatever, or from spirit, and pouring it without ever spilling one drop. This is when we experience like a new flow of energy, self-confidence. We feel good about ourselves and our place in the world. It's an excellent like manifestation card. It's something that we have been preparing ourselves for a number of years. It's when we receive, this is what they want me to say, we're receiving assistance from the invisible world and from the material world at the same time, and good things are coming to us because of that. We're like in a free flow of pure energy. That's healing and that's expectancy. Those are our words. And all that energy is coming to us from the universe. And I think that's part of the transformation. And we all need to remember the vibrations are really upping in the earth plane right now. Things are happening, and they're happening way more rapidly than they used to. With this card, we feel like we're full of faith and trust and in all of the processes of the universe. So we're setting new goals, and for the future, we're opening new doors to new opportunities in career, in relationships. Uh, yeah, they're saying to say in career or in new relationships, all kinds of relationships, whether it's partnerships or whatever. Um, because we are in tune with this natural type of abundance or the natural flow of the universe, uh, we'll be getting all of the benefits that come from that. They come in the form all kinds of benefits, and it comes because this is an internal card. The death card, it's an internal card, and when we do that and we combine this and step into that flow, and we don't drop one drop of water, okay? We don't lose one drop of water or one drop of how efficient we are and how we hold that vision with that real high expectancy of what's coming forward for us, okay? And we're healed in that manner, like our word down here. This kind of energy brings It comes in the form of money, possessions, recognition, and any kind of assistance that we need. Any kind of assistance that we need, which is excellent. I mean, really excellent if we're considering, that we're going to make a transformation. And with that other seven energy in here, also of the Seven of Swords, we're going to have to do it in an abnormal manner that's kind of like outside of our personality. And we don't do that well. That's why I'm repeating it probably too many times. I'm sorry, but we don't do it well. It's outside of our personality. It's not our actual norm or the way we would do things usually, because usually we would be saying what we want and expecting it to come forward, but with that, letting other people voice their opinion or concerns or things like that, perhaps we need to leave everyone talk and kind of, what do I want to say? Flesh out our word, flesh out our vision. Maybe we have someone good we could talk to, and like mull over the ideas or whatever, whether it's a relationship idea, something that's happened in our life or a career path we want to choose that we're trying to get emotionally adjusted to, or maybe even listening with that Seven of Swords, maybe even listening to what someone says about how to approach a person I'm applying for a job for. This is what just flashed in my mind. So let's say I'm applying for a job somewhere and this person knows the person that's going to take my application. Maybe I ought to get to know that ahead of time so I know what to expect. I know what they would expect of me, right? Then I could relax in that situation. Because our next card here is great. It's a Six of Swords, and this means that we are moving away from past troubles, putting them behind us, period. So, if I think about having to go in the back door to always enter the front door, it's like giving up a little thing for a big thing. It's the beginning of a new phase of life after a really tumultuous or troubling, trying time, where it feels like everything's against us. If you think about it, Sag, Scorpios too, all of us, the past 2-3 years have been pretty darn wicked. And to know that it's over, right, with this death card, to know that it's something we're changing ourselves, we're stepping into with ourselves, it's a wonderful thing. Because see how choppy the waters are here, how smooth they are over here. They're going to a new place. Normally she has a child, she's all hunched over. I always think, and I don't know if that's the truth of the card or not, but I always, when I see these Six Swords in front of this person, woman, man, whatever, I always think of them as lessons that have been learned and learned very well, and lessons that I'm not going to repeat. So I would be feeling a new peace of mind. After the storm, I would feel a period of smooth sailing, is how they want me to say it. Period of smooth sailing, a time of integration, a time of reintegration. What is it with this death card that I need or want to change in my life? Maybe it's around relationships, like I said, or maybe it's around career things, but I know with this card, new friends. When you get this, new friends, new relationships can come into your life that you can trust. And a lot of us Sages have been betrayed by relationships, you know, or betrayed at work, but these are new relationships, new things we can trust. So the feeling around the card this month is really, really good. It's like, it can also be an indication of a journey over water to a destination that we don't know right at this minute, but the effects of it, even though it's unknown, the effects of the move can be really, really uncertain, but luck is on our side, and any change. So look at this death card. Any change we make is going to be is going to be going smoothly for us. That's the way I want to say it. For some of us, it can be a journey. Maybe we're looking forward to a trip this month, and we're going over water. Some of us, maybe we had this really bad type of relationship, and it seems like everything in our lives have went stagnant, and there's nothing there, to even put a vision or expectancy on. And we're like, I'm never doing this again. That kind of energy, then it comes. And it comes into us and it fulfills us, and it's something new and happy. And we're like, I never thought it would happen for me. That's the kind of energy that's throwing off of this card. I never thought it would happen for me. So some of us are going to understand that message. Others of us are going to have to do the moon and rising sign to get the rest of it or find out where it is. I wished to God I could put this in an area, but these are general readings and I can't do that for us, Sag, but I sure do wish I could, because our next card here is the Seven of Cups. So we have two sevens. And both of these cards, 7 is going internal, changing whatever was holding us back, emotionally, and getting the spiritual insight that we need. But I love this card. This is a time with great potential, with the energy, and the energy to use it. Great potential, the energy to use it. All kinds of options are coming forward to us, so it's difficult, like, to make the decision or the choice. It's a card about fantasy and imagination. And we have that word vision in here and expectancy. And then dropping, when we get our vision straight and we get the feeling, which is the expectancy, it's very, very efficient, like our word, to drop into it. But with this, there's so much, right? So many choices. So we're looking at like a number of possibilities. That's why I like it for us, because we're always on the move, on the go, doing, what's next? That's kind of the energy. What's next? What's next? So we're like the kid in the candy store. That's what it reminds me of. And we got 1 penny. I don't even think there's anything you can buy for 1 penny in this day and age. So maybe 50 cents. We got 50 cents, and everything in the store for one piece costs 50 cents. What one do I want the most? So when I get this card, we have a hard time, like, deciding what we want to manifest into reality, because there's just too much going on. Okay, so what we do is we decide, what do we want to manifest. Here's the snake down here. Whoops, down here. Transformation. I'm putting it down here. Not going to see it. Transformation. Do we want, shedding the old skin, the old me? Here's a face coming up out of the cup. What do I want to look like when I do that vision? Here's a home, a castle in the air. What else is on here? Wealth and riches, and the cups overflowing. And here's a mask. Who do I want to be when I come out from underneath here? Who do I want to be? Maybe I don't want to hide who I am anymore. Maybe I want to be what I want to be. And that is suitable for all of us. Maybe my old relationship, I had to hide my face. I couldn't be the human being that I wanted to be or the person I wanted to be because I'd be rejected. Maybe I didn't look the right way for them. It's like this is not a fact or spirit, it's a scenario that they're giving me. Maybe I didn't keep my castle as perfect as they wanted, and maybe they rejected me, and because of that, and I had to, I'm changing something inside emotionally. I really believe it. Because of that, I had to sneak around and everybody else in the world liked me and loved me. Why didn't they? It's kind of the energy off of that. So I'm saying, go within. Now, what is it I want? Do I want a new home? Right? What's my vision? Do I want more money at work? What's my vision? Do I want a whole new career where people are going to pat me on the back because I did the good thing or did the right thing? Because it's going to come down in different areas of our lives. Do I want to, I don't know, all these crazy thoughts are coming through my head. Am I going to hit the lottery? Do I want to focus on that, which is not obviously the best thing in the world to focus on, Sag, but kind of like, where's the vision? Pick one or two, right? When we get this kind of energy, we pick one or two, we go within, we figure out what's holding us back, and we change it. And we go for that star card. We might have to take a little bit of a bleak approach, getting what it is we want, and maybe not be as straightforward as we normally would have been. Maybe get a little more information, how to kind of like put ourselves in the best position for, how do I want to say, for not to change ourselves. We're changing something about ourselves. But what Spirit's saying is to put us in the best position, like if we were making a career move, or showing ourselves in a new relationship that we weren't allowed to show ourselves before, okay? Maybe we could never be ourselves, but now we're going to start that relationship off on the right foot, or the career path off on the right foot. This is what I can do. This is who I am. This is, whoop, I lost all my angel cards here. They all slid out of my hand. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to go for at work, and this is what I can do for you. Here you go, Sag. Our card's a change in direction. There you go. And that all goes with our first card here. I don't know what we're doing, but it should be pretty interesting. I got angel cards laying everywhere now. They're all over. Let's hope we don't have to go back to any of these other cards. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open up your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcome you desire. I'm going to say, find the outcome. Find one or two things to fill these cups with. Not all of them at one time, one or two that I want to focus on so we can be very efficient, keep the expectancy very clear, and very focused on the vision we want and what we're going to heal in our lives, and then relax. Give it over, give it up, and hand it to the universe. If I am shown an action to take from Spirit, I take that action. Until that time, I don't go jumping and running. Take one small action as I am shown, is what they're saying to tell us. It says this card signifies that you've had a change of heart that altered the direction of your life in a positive way. Your old ways of living no longer interest you, and you find yourself avoiding friends and pastimes that previously attracted you. You desire a lifestyle and a career. That's our reading that will better fit your new interests and passions. The angels are guiding you through this time of transition. The law of attraction ensures that you'll manifest wonderful new opportunities and relationships. And the additional stuff is you're starting a new phase of your life. I think that's what's happening. The birth of a new project could be at work, or pregnancy or birth or adoption of a child. New element in your life is a blessing, even if it doesn't make sense right now. I gotta tell ya, blessings in disguise are like the tough ones, but it kind of shows us what it is we want or need. Well, Sag, that's our reading for this month. And I want to tell y'all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. And if anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information's in the About section below the screen at the website. If you want to set an appointment with me, the information to do that is over there at the website. And the prayer class and sutra class, there's 2 short videos that explain them, and they are over at the website, so you don't have to look everywhere for them. Prayer classes explains exactly how, what, why, of how to format prayers. It's 2.5 hours long. Sutras are simple thought forms you put into a meditation that takes less than 5 minutes a day, and it enhances the clear perception. So videos are over there, and everybody I've met through 3 whole years of doing these YouTube readings, and everyone I've met through 30 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all it's an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to be able to serve you, and hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.